أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله. أشهد أن محمدًا رسول الله. أشهد أن محمدًا رسول الله. حي على الصلاة. حي على الصلاة. حي على الفلاح. حي على الفلاح. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. لا إله إلا الله.
إن الحمد لله نحمده تعالى ونستغفره ونستهديه ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا. من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له. وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدًا عبد الله ورسوله أرسله بالهدى ودين الحق ليظهره على الدين كله وكفى بالله شهيدا. فصلوات الله وسلامه عليه. يا أيها الناس اتقوا ربكم الذي خلقكم من نفس واحدة وخلق منها زوجها وبث منهما رجالا كثيرا ونساء. واتقوا الله الذي تساءلون به والأرحام إن الله كان عليكم رقيبا. يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله وقولوا قولا سديدا يصلح لكم أعمالكم ويغفر لكم ذنوبكم ومن يطع الله ورسوله فقد فاز فوزا عظيما. أما بعد, if we could just quickly move forward because our youth are not, most of them are done with school. Our attendance is much higher. It's something that makes us very happy. Alhamdulillah. So please move forward, fill in the gaps. This way we can get the most amount of people in the prayer hall. Jazakumullah khair. Today, I want to spend a few moments reflecting on quite a beautiful verse and quite a descriptive verse. So as I'm going through this khutbah, picture what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling you. Picture the scene which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is painting for you. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَمَثَلُ الَّذِينَ يُنْفِقُونَ أَمْوَالَهُمُ ابْتِغَاءَ مَرْضَاتِ اللَّهِ وَتَثْبِيتًا مِنْ أَنفُسِهِمْ. The example of one who spends from their money seeking the pleasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and firmness in their heart, out of firmness in their heart, meaning they're doing this out of iman. They're doing this out of belief in what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has promised for those who give charity. They're doing it to show Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that they are believers in Him. Because there's nothing we value more than money except our children. And this is human nature and our religion. This is human nature. There's no getting around it. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us in the Quran, this is how you are. So when you give from your money, it's a very clear sign that this is Iman. And the Prophet ﷺ describes charity, as-sadaqa burhan. Charity, giving money, is evidence. Evidence of what? Of your faith. It's evidence of your Iman. It's evidence of your belief in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Because when you give charity, you're not looking for a return. There's nothing you get out of it, except what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has promised you. And what He has promised you is something in the unseen. You don't see it. When in business, you know that you look for some sort of profit, some sort of gain, some sort of benefit. This is business. When it comes to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, what you gain is in the unseen. You don't know. Therefore, it's a sign of Iman. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala continues by saying, كَمَثَلِ جَنَّةٍ بِرَبْوَةٍ. The one who gives in charity, seeking the pleasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, showing his Iman, or her Iman, is like a paradise. It's like a garden, بِرَبْوَةٍ. A garden that's elevated. Now, when you look at the mountains, there are certain peaks, right? Certain mountains are higher. Certain hills are higher. When it's higher, it gets what? It gets more sun. If it's lower, there is a part of the day which the other hill, the taller hill, is blocking the sun from reaching it. And we know the process of, I forgot what it's called, photosynthesis, right?
Yeah.
Right. The more sun, it needs sunlight. It's not just water, it needs sunlight to grow. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, charity is like a garden on the highest point, between mountains or between hills. It's getting the most amount of sun. أَصَابَهَا وَابِلٌ فَآتَتْ أُكُلَهَا ضِعْفَيْنِ. Heavy rain came. Likewise, it's on top, it's getting all the rain. There's nothing blocking it. And here in California, you don't get snow. But in other areas where they get snow, you can see that areas which don't get sunlight, patches of snow stay. Whereas right all around it, all the snow has melted. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, it's getting the most amount of sunlight. It's getting the most amount of rain. Nothing is blocking it. And the result of that is what? It gives you double the amount of produce. Not only it doesn't fulfill your expectations, it doubles it. This is the garden. And this is a very beautiful example. فَإِن لَمْ يُصِبْهَا وَابِلٌ فَطَلْ. However, if heavy rain doesn't reach it, a good amount of rain reaches it. Enough rain reaches it for it to produce what you expect. Again, picture it. Put this in your mind. Remember earlier this year, when the mountains were green. When you're traveling on I-5 going south towards San Diego, those hills that come right after you pass El Toro and Alicia, you have those hills going towards Laguna Hills, right? Imagine those, and all the greenery, and what it needs is coming down on it. The sun is always out. California gives you a beautiful picture, subhanAllah. Right? This is what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying your charity is. Now what does that mean in business terms? It means this business is the best opportunity you could possibly purchase. You know how there's certain opportunities you have? You have options. You look at which one is going to bring you the most benefit, which one's going to bring you the most profit, which one has the least expenses, which one has the least risk. This is how business is. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying it's zero risk, 100% profit. Not only that, its income, what it needs to spend on itself, comes from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It's self-sufficient. Not only that, it produces by itself more than what you expect. This is a business that, like no other. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying this is the example of your charity. Wallahu bima ta'maluna basir. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is all seeing in what you do. Meaning if you give $1, or you give $100,000, or you give 1 million, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sees it. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala loves it. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to reward you based on your sincerity, based on your effort. This is the example, this is the paradise, this is the garden which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala describes your charity as. But the question is, how do we take it a step further? We don't want it just to be charity. We always give charity. Alhamdulillah, the Muslims are very generous here in America, right? How do we take it a step further? And not only making it something which we invest in, but rather a spiritual investment for ourselves. Here it gets tricky. Here it gets tough. Right? Giving charity, pretty standard. But how do we make this charity something we get closer to Allah to? Something we strengthen and increase our iman through? There are many ways. There's no exclusive 1, 2, 3. There's no ABCs of this. However, I have a few pointers I'd like to share with you. Number one, remembering who you're giving to. Remembering who you're giving to, and that's Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I'm going to give you an example that I heard myself, and I love it. Imagine a king. A king comes to you and gives you a gift. All right? Here's a house. Here's the keys. Everything's prepared. This is just for you. Right? There are going to be three types of people. One who takes that, turns their back, and just goes. They don't even say thanks. That's a group of people. A second group of people, they're going to take it and say, thank you, that's very kind. But then they'll go on with their lives. A third group of people who take it a step further. They take it, they take the keys from the king, they thank that king, but they recognize something, that this king, he must love me for him to give this to me. It's a sign that he wants me to be closer to him. And to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the best examples. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave us blessings. Each one has a blessing, or blessings. Some of us, it's physical strength. Some of us, it's knowledge. Some of us, it's wealth. And the list goes on. It's endless. The one who takes that blessing and turns it into a spiritual investment is the one who recognizes the blessing first, but recognizing that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave it to you so it could be a road to Him for you. You have knowledge, you share that knowledge. You benefit others with it. You are taking a road to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You are realizing the blessing that He gave you and using it to reach Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Money, you have wealth, alhamdulillah ba'alameen. Know that this is a door Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has opened for you to reach Him. So recognize that. And recognize the one who you are giving is infinitely more generous than you. مَنْ ذَا الَّذِي يُقْرِضُ اللَّهَ قَرْضًا حَسَنًا فَيُضَاعِفَهُ لَهُ أَضْعَافًا كَثِيرًا. Who's going to give Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala a beautiful loan? Right? Now Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is talking to us in a language we understand, in a language we like. We talk business. We say loan, profits, investments. This is how we talk. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala talks to us in the language we understand. Obviously Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala doesn't need a loan, but He's talking to us in a way we understand. He's saying, who's going to give me a loan so that I give him the loan back and more? This is a way for you to reach Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Another pointer is that remembering charity puts out sin. Charity puts out sin. And the Prophet ﷺ describes an example, or he says a very interesting statement, that charity puts out sin the way water puts out fire. And we all have sin. Some of us have a little bit, some of us have more, some of us have a lot. You all know yourselves. Right? Use charity as a means to purify yourself, to clean your heart, so that your heart is now more responding to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, to His calls, to His Quran. Purify your hearts in this beautiful month. Number 3, recognizing that what you are giving is only a small percent of what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given you. No matter how much you give, unless you're Abu Bakr and Umar, right? It's only a small part of what you are benefiting from. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala asks you, give a little bit back to the one who gave you in the first place. In a very kind, very beautiful way. In a way that softens your heart. Read the verses of Sadaqah. Go on Google, say the verses of Sadaqah. And you'll have the list. People, they do this, they put these efforts so that we can benefit from it. Look how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala addresses you. Just a little bit, so I can give you back more. Imagine that. What kind of human being deals with us in that way? Has anyone approached you say, just give me a loan so that I can give it back to you better? You say, oh, this is probably some sort of scheme. This is how we think. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling you, give me so I can give you back even more. Put your trust in me so that I make your lives easier. Put your trust in me so that I beautify your blessings. Number 4, charity protects us and our families. And we've all heard stories of that guy or that lady who gave charity. A few hours later, some bad news came to them, right? There's been an accident, their child has been in an accident. It's a terrible accident, but subhanAllah, the child is 100% fine. They say, oh, it must have been that charity that protected my child. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect us from any sort of calamity. Use charity to reach Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala with it. Remember, it is Ramadan. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has opened the doors of paradise for us. He has closed the gates of hellfire. Use money to reach Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. أقول قولي هذا وأستغفر الله لي ولكم. الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه ومن والاه. My time I spent in Jordan, I really learned a lot, especially comparing the US, our lifestyle here, to the realities and the situation over there. And one of the major differences is actually the masjid. In Jordan, in most Middle Eastern countries, the masjid is simply a place where you go pray the 5 prayers. That's it. You might have a small talk here and there. That's it. The masjid in America is a center. It does everything in terms of religious services. It provides you with nikah, marriage services, janaza services. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect us all. It provides lectures, spiritual guidance. It provides counseling. It provides a door, a link to non-Muslims coming and entering. It's a dawah point. It's a place where we gather for charity. It's everything. And this is more similar to the concept of a masjid during the time of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The masjid was a center point. And as you all know, it needs money. To be very blunt, it needs money to continue. In order for a lantern to be lit, it needs oil. You need to keep replenishing that oil. And as you know, it's the month of Ramadan. You all know what we're asking for. Just to keep you up to date on what the masjid has been doing. Most of you have seen the youth program we have going. Alhamdulillah, it's been a major success. A big thanks, Jazakumullah khair, to the parents who bring their children to participate in that. A big thanks to Jazakumullah khair, to the youth themselves who have been great. And Jazakumullah khair to the youth team who have been helping us out, helping me out. You've been great as well. We are benefiting, I and the youth team are benefiting from the children as much as they are benefiting from us. Jazakumullah khair. Help us continue these efforts. Number 2, the expansion. We did some remodeling. We finished phase 1 before and during Ramadan. We changed the carpets, we did the painting, we changed the women's prayer hall. We did the MPR, we put the wood on the floor. We still have more expansion and more remodeling to do. Phase 2, inshallah, we hope to start after Ramadan, which will include an elevator shaft for those who are unable to go up the stairs. And we're also going to expand the lobby here. We're going to move the doors and the wall a little bit further to make some expansion. This cost a lot, right? The total project is $610,000. We paid for the first phase, which was $210,000, I believe, or $200,000. Now there's a little over $400,000 left. We need your help, all right? So today, our friends and youth are passing out pledges. You don't have to fill it out now. You can bring it to us later. You give it to us by hand. You can put it in the charity boxes. Tonight, inshallah, we'll also have a fundraiser, and once again, I believe on the 29th of Ramadan, the all-night PM. So please help us out, and keep this in mind. Most of you already know how much they're going to give. But I want to point something out. That I said previously that charity is a means of protecting ourselves from calamities. We see the situation going on here in America. We don't know when an executive order will come out and try and attack Muslims in one way or another. Supremacy is on the rise. Muslims are being attacked, right? Let's use this Ramadan through our charity to protect ourselves and our children. You have children in schools. Bullying is at an all-time high. Protect your children through charity. If you came with a number already in your head, increase that because of the realities we are living today. It might be through our efforts, through our sincerity, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala uplifts a major calamity about to fall the Muslims in America or even on the world in itself. Have the intention, say, oh Allah, this year I'm giving a little bit more. Protect us from the extremists who are destroying the reputation of Islam. Oh Allah, use this extra money. Look at my sincerity. I'm asking you through this dua, foil a plot of one of these criminals, these gangsters who are using Islam to hurt Islam. Have that intention. This year, everyone put a little bit more because we need a little bit more now. Use your masjid. Our masjid is where we go to protect Muslims. It is a center point for Muslims. It's the point where all Muslims gather when we need to be together. We need unity. We need a strong masjid. Help us out. Jazakumullah khair. A few announcements. Make dua for Sister Sarah and Sister Amira Sukka, who are ill and recovering from a liver transplant. One of them is ill, the other is recovering from a liver transplant. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to heal them and to heal all Muslims around the world. And we also ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to return their strength and make them stronger than they were before. And we also make a dua for Brother Ibrahim Tontush, who passed away. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to forgive him, to forgive his sins, overlook his bad deeds, to increase and multiply his good deeds. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make his family patience, to grant them patience. Today, after prayer right now, we're doing the packaging of the hygiene kits. We need all your help. Whoever has 30 minutes or so to meet at the, I believe the MPR or somewhere in the masjid to help us out. These hygiene these kits are going to the homeless. Again, this is something you can do to help others out. This is a form of charity. So we can use this extra effort that I was speaking before through this, for example, and also money, right? So help us out. Let's get these packages going. Let's make sure that all the Southern California knows that Muslims are people of generosity, people who give, people who contribute to the society. Also tomorrow they'll be distributing the hygiene kits. This is an event that has been going on for many years. I believe this is the 10th or 11th year. And it's a family event. Bring your families. Bring your children, your wives, your husbands, your spouses, and come as a family, and let's make Islam known that Islam is a religion of peace and providing and giving. Don't forget Zakat al-Fitr. Please pay it earlier than later so that we can distribute to the families. And just by the way, the point of Zakat al-Fitr, the wisdom behind it, and the reason why the threshold or the conditions that need to be met in order for Zakat al-Fitr to be obligatory on you, the reason it's lower is because the philosophy is that we don't want a single Muslim on Eid to be unhappy. We want to make sure that every Muslim has enough money so that him and their family can be happy that day. So that's the wisdom I thought I'd share with you. So please make sure you give your Zakat al-Fitr. Don't forget about that. $10 per person. Purchase your weekend iftar tickets outside. Pillars Academy is now open for summer registration. And don't forget, for those who took the Eid wish list, don't forget to bring it back ASAP. If you can wrap it, please wrap it. If the item is big, I was asked about a bicycle, then bring it to the masjid. Bring it to the masjid and we'll put it somewhere and they'll take care of it from there. اللهم اغفر للمسلمين والمسلمات والمؤمنين والمؤمنات الأحياء منهم والأموات إنك سميع قريب مجيب الدعوات يا رب العالمين. اللهم أصلح لنا ديننا الذي هو عصمة أمرنا وأصلح لنا دنيانا التي فيها معاشنا وأصلح لنا آخرتنا التي إليها معادنا واجعل الحياة زيادة لنا في كل خير واجعل الموت راحة لنا من كل شر. اللهم آت نفوسنا تقواها وزكها أنت خير من زكاها أنت وليها ومولاها. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. اللهم بلغنا ليلة القدر. اللهم تقبل منا صيامنا وقيامنا وصدقاتنا وأقم الصلاة.